What's good, bro? The Stoics, they had an interesting lifestyle. They didn't want much, and yet they were happier and more fulfilled with what they had. And yet you look at people nowadays and we have more luxury, a better standard of living, and yet you find so many people with mental health problems, depression, sadness. We have more, and yet we feel like we have less. We feel like we need more. So I think it's very interesting when you look at them and you wonder, what was their secret to peace and happiness? Henry David Thoreau once said, "The cheaper your pleasures, the richer you'll be." So I'll get to the 3 ways in a second, but first let's consider what Marcus Aurelius has to say about this, as he is one of the fatherheads of Stoicism, right? So Marcus Aurelius has this book, Meditations. He says this: "Nothing that goes on in anyone else's mind can harm you, nor can the shifts and the changes in the world around you." Then where is harm to be found? In your capacity to see it. Stop doing that and everything will be fine. So the Stoics had a very responsible view on how to actually live life. You have to take responsibility for your thoughts and realize that you are not them. Here are the 3 things that you can apply in your life right now, today, that will change you and make you more stoic. The first one is the last time meditation. I tried this yesterday and it made me feel so grateful. So here's how it works. You visualize that this is the last time you're gonna do anything. For example, this could be the last time I ever make a YouTube video. And if it is, then I'm extremely grateful for everybody that tuned in. I hope I added some value to your life, and I hope you're able to take something away. Yesterday when I did this, I visualized that it was the last time I was ever going to walk on my feet. You should do this. Stand up, walk around. It's the last time you're gonna get to do this. Notice how when it's the last time, you take it so much more seriously. Every single step feels like it's your first and last step, almost like you're a child again. So the last time meditation is very powerful. I recommend you use it at least every day, bro. It could be the last time you ever drive in a car. You don't even know. The next one is the view from above meditation. There's a lot of negative visualizations that they would use, and this is kind of one of them, so I'll explain to you how it goes. Imagine you can zoom out from your life and see yourself from outside your window or wherever you are. Now, see yourself from above, even further than that. Maybe you see yourself above your street, and now you see yourself above your town. So now you're looking, you see your whole town, your state, your city, and you can spot where you are, but there's so many different houses. In every single house, there's a person. And within every single person, there's a problem, or 2, or 3, or 4. Now zoom out even further, all the way above your country. Now zoom out even further, all the way above the world, the galaxy. Now, zoom back in. How big are your problems now? Your worries, your anxiety, your depression? After you've zoomed out and you've seen how many different people there are, how many different houses there are, how many different problems there are, how big are yours? Because it all seems so big in our head, but once you zoom out, you realize that it's actually quite small compared to how big the world is. And that can help you. And now the last one is one that I love. It's called memento mori, which translates in Latin to English, and it means remember death. So let's suppose that a god announced that you are gonna die tomorrow or the day after. He didn't tell you which one it was. Now, unless you're literally a complete pussy, you're a little bitch, you wouldn't care which day it is, right? Because it's either tomorrow or it's the day after, right? Right. So, why would you be worried then? Knowing that it's gonna happen. Here's one thing that you should remember. There's not that much of a difference between tomorrow and a few years from now. The difference between them is actually so small. It's insignificant. And so why should you remember death, brother? Because if you remember death, then you'll live life fully. If you wake up every day and you remember, I could die tomorrow, I could die today. Think about how you're gonna take this life seriously. Think about how you might actually go talk to that person, because it might be the last chance you get to talk to somebody, right? You never know. So, remembering death helps you to remember that life is meant to be lived to the fullest. Because if you were going to die tomorrow, if you had a terminal disease, you wouldn't be wasting time. You do have a terminal disease. Don't you realize that? You just don't know it yet. Your terminal disease is that when you were born, you were given a death date. It's coming soon to a theater near you. Anyways, bonus tip is to read Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. If you haven't read this book yet, I don't know what you're doing. It's a book to be read and to be returned to, and it'll help you navigate life. So try those 3 things. Try the first one, which was the last time meditation. Think about it being the last time you ever walk, last time you ever get to use your hands, last time you ever hit the gym. You'll crush that workout. Next, try the view from above. It'll help you to realize how small your problems actually are. And then also always memento mori, remember death, live life to the fullest. That's it. Peace.